Welcome to Power Pulse TV, everybody. My name is Nash, and we are here with a little special video. Say hello, Edgar.
I'm here. We're gonna be doing a review of Ocarina. Nash couldn't get enough of Ocarina, and the saggy titty of nostalgia was right there in front of him. He was just like, so we were we were doing a review video
Yes,
of
we
Ocarina of Time.
finally finished the game. It took us forever to
Oh yeah,
get it going because we have busy schedules and it's crazy things happen throughout the year. But we started it in like what was it, Edgar? Was it like August of like 2024 or like September of 2024?
was it really 2024? Maybe
It was
the beginning of the year.
It was the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
And now we're gonna do the review video.
Yeah, this is mostly Nash is gonna be leading this video because he's planned something out for me. I'm just gonna be giving my 2 take on it, probably my 3 take on it. So
I know he's gonna
completely
shit on the entire thing. I'm just kidding.
I will give it a fair analysis. You got to remember this game came out in 1998.
It's old,
so it's very unfair to give it a modern review because we've been spoiled from everything that
modern controls and modern games. Yes, but from a retro perspective, we got to look at a retro perspective when we look at it. So
I will try.
Originally released, you ready for the release date when it came out, bro? It released November 23rd of 1998 on the Nintendo 64. November 23rd, bro. So this November, it's gonna approach 28 years since the game came out. So
crazy.
It's almost 30 years, bro. It's almost 30 years old.
Yeah, we're almost 28. Yeah, that's how we're gonna turn this year, right?
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna turn 28.
We were born in '98, so yeah, we're gonna be the same age as the game because it came out the year we were born, bro, which is crazy.
Yes. So if you ever get old and have dementia, you'd be like, "Oh, what's my fucking age?" He's like, "Oh, Ocarina."
Yeah,
1998.
You're like this. It's like, how old is this game? It's like my literal age. It's the age of me. All right. Well, we'll jump into a little synopsis of our little adventure here. So, Link, aka 3, a young boy raised in a peaceful Kokiri forest who is drawn into a legendary conflict, I can't read today, threatening the land of Hyrule. Guided by Princess Zelda, Link sets out to stop the Dark Warlord Ganondorf from gaining ultimate power through a sacred relic known as the Triforce. Using the mystical Ocarina of Time, Link travels between his childhood and adulthood, witnessing how Ganondorf's rise transforms the world from a vibrant kingdom into a corrupted wasteland. To restore balance, Link awakens ancient sages, conquers massive dungeons, and reclaims hope across Hyrule's ruined regions. The story blends a classic hero's journey with themes of destiny, loss of innocence, and the passage of time, showing how one small hero can shape the fate of the entire world. How about that?
And if you didn't know that in the old big 2026, then you definitely been living under a rock. Who hasn't heard of Ocarina of Time? Hey, that was a lot of surprises in that game, and I won't lie that I was.
Well, believe it or not, Edgar, there's still a lot of people to this day who have not played the game.
Yeah,
and like it's North almost
Koreans
30 years old.
And
well, just people in America.
Probably people.
Like there's a lot of people that played Breath of the Wild first before they played any other Zelda games.
In Africa. Probably some Chinese POWs.
Oh my gosh. But anyways, yes, there was actually a growth in The Legend of Zelda's popularity when Breath of the Wild came out and Tears of the Kingdom, because a lot of people went to those games first because, you know, those are like the biggest games you can play on like the Nintendo Switch right now and the Switch 2. And then everybody's like, oh yeah, there's like other Zelda games. So they'll go back and play like the original from like 1986, and then they'll play like Zelda 2 and Link's Awakening, and then they'll go to Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask.
Bastards.
I know. I'm just like, you guys didn't get raised on it. That's crazy.
Oh, okay. dude, there was a video I was watching because I was just scrolling through YouTube just real quick, and it was a short of some guys saying, which temple is the worst in Ocarina of Time? Well, and he was like,
did he say the water temple, or did he actually say?
Oh man, I think I remember him saying it was the fucking.
Everybody says the water temple is the worst, but
I think he said it was the fire temple. Can you believe that?
And Edgar's like,
you know what
that's my favorite.
And you know what his reasoning was? It's because he said it had too much combat. It wasn't puzzly enough, and I wanted to strangle him so bad, dude, because he was all like, "This is what we didn't like Zelda 2 because it was all combat," and I was like, "Oh my god, dude!" I was gonna like dox this guy and be like, "I'm gonna find him."
You're like, "I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna send the FBI to his house."
Put a pile of poop on his door and set it on fire.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I think about your puzzles. I mean, oh. But that pissed me off.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe there's people who actually think like that. But go ahead. Sorry, I'm getting on.
That's okay.
Right
that's why we're talking about this, bro. We're here to talk about the game and what we've seen and all that stuff. So.
Like, it wasn't my very first playthrough. Like, I really do remember. Like, I know you said I never got past
first time finishing the game is what I should say, because you've started it, but you've never actually finished the game. This was like your actual first time finishing it.
I do remember playing it when I was like 12. Like, I got it on Blockbuster, but man, I was just so tiny and little and stupid.
Blockbuster?
Like,
oh my gosh.
Like, I know that's how old I was, and I don't even think I got past the freaking tree in the
first temple,
Rico village.
Like, oh no.
Yeah, because I was too stupid, man. I was just like, I don't know how to do puzzles. So I was like, yeah, screw this game, and I got Fallout 3 afterwards. I was like, oh, this is way better, some shit like that.
Yeah,
but
it just depends what you enjoyed, you know.
I definitely played it a little bit, but this was the first time we sat down and actually just played through the whole thing. So it was and we were older too, so we were able to actually comprehend the game that we were playing.
So all right, let's talk about the temples. So obviously,
oh boy,
obviously this is the Deku Tree. This is the very first temple, or it's not really a temple, it's just a dungeon, but it's the very first tutorial. It's literally the tutorial temple of the game, inside the Deku Tree. I mean, do you remember like a lot about this? I mean, you remember almost dying like the second episode. But
I couldn't. From what I do remember, is it was pretty straightforward. I mean,
it's pretty easy. I mean, it's just the first temple, but dungeon, I should say. I mean,
I couldn't remember a 3-digit code, so they should give you a a preview, a 231. I fucking put 213 in, so
23 is number one.
Preview.
Yeah,
23 is.
Yeah, you're like 213 or something
when it comes to puzzles. I think that's why I got stuck as a kid, because who the fuck would have thought you had to jump from the top ledge onto the spider web? I thought you were supposed to use it as just trampoline, but to like break through it.
Yeah, like you have to jump all the way from the top and like jump through the web. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, I would have liked it if more if you could just cut the web. I mean, it's just web, and you have a fucking sword. I mean, maybe they could have done like areas were locked behind web, and you're like, oh, you got a sword.
Well, you do remember you can like burn web too, so like you can imagine if there was like a torch and burn it and stuff. But I mean, that's true. I mean, have you seen the Kokiri sword? That thing is a fucking butter knife, bro. You can't cut shit with that thing.
I mean, you never use the stick. I mean, you use it for puzzles.
Yeah.
for that purpose, but
I
they
do know
could've
there's a
just,
stick
eliminated-
upgrade where you can like carry more sticks. I almost never do that because I'm like I
Oh.
never use my sticks. So
Yeah. You never go below 9.
me as a long-time player of this game, I don't really care for this dungeon. I mean, it's the first dungeon. It's very easy. There's no challenge to it, so it's like
You just gotta muscle through it.
Yep.
You're like, all right, that's
Just
that
like
part of the game.
Yep. So
Just like how I muscled through eating the heart of number 2. You know, you just gotta get through.
eating the heart of number 2. Yep. I'll never forget that.
That shit killed me, man. Boss, what was it? The Archid? Some parasitic arachnidic. I don't know.
Arachnid.
Queen Goma. Was it Goma?
Yes. You remember?
Yeah, see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the boss was kind of, I mean, it was, you know.
Okay, here we got the Dodongo's Cavern.
Dodongo!
This was the second dungeon in the game. So there was the 3 dungeons as child Link before you like turn.
Yeah, you get in the Jolly Ranchers, right?
Yep. You get the green Jolly Rancher from the Deku Tree, and then the red one, or the pink one. It looked pink in the game, but
yeah.
Yeah. So this one.
Yeah, this one. What you think about this one?
I like this one better than the. I honestly think this one is my favorite child dungeon. I don't. Over the. Obviously over this one too. You know, Lord Jabba Jabu.
Oh.
But you might like that one. But I liked this one a little more because I don't know. I feel like the puzzles in this one were kind of like a little more interesting. I mean, there was some good ones in this one, but like not.
I honestly can't even remember the puzzles. I think what I do remember is just the lizard guys. Those were like probably your first enemy that you encounter. Where even though they do have a shield,
yeah,
they just stand there and block like fucking idiots. You're able
like,
to go around them. You're able to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the first strategic enemy you encounter, and I did remember having fun with that. But the temple and the layout, it kind of like, it all just blended together for me. I was just like, let's get through it. It was a lot of like bombable walls, right? That was probably like
there was a lot of
bombable.
Bombs was the item you got in this temple. So the Deku Tree obviously was the slingshot. This one was the bombs, because there was, you know, like if you look on the far right, you could see like that wall where you can bomb. And then remember, you throw bombs in the eyes of the Dodongo and they glow red and the mouth opens.
Yeah, I would have never figured that shit out as a kid. It's like I would have just kept walking around. I was not a reader, you know. I did not. Yeah.
This is the difference between game. Like, if you would have played this game as a kid, you would have been like, "Oh my gosh, like this game's so hard." Like, I remember so many times playing this as a kid, and I'm like, I cannot figure this out. Like, what am I supposed to do?
What the fuck do I do?
Yeah. And then you play it as an adult, and you're like, "Wow, this is like easy," you know. To me personally, like, this one was like my favorite of the childhood dungeons. And obviously, you know, like you fight the giant, like the dinosaur, and you throw bombs in his mouth, and he's like rolling around and stuff.
I think that boss was stupid.
The big dinosaur, where he's just rolling around, throwing bombs. I mean, it's pretty easy, but.
I mean, as a kid, I was probably intimidating as fuck. You see a giant mountain moving at the speed of light at you, you'd be like, "Oh shit, where do I go?" But like, and then, but now it's just like, yep, I'll just step to the side here, let him hit the wall, and then throw a bomb in his mouth. It's just, it was alright.
And then I think this one was your favorite. This was inside Jabba.
This is my favorite.
So this is the one where you're inside a fish, literally in its guts, and you find Princess Ruto is in there, and you gotta carry her around and all that stuff.
I love environments where you're inside creatures, because first of all, they're really hard to pull off, and then just having the like creativity to try to make a dungeon out of that, like there's that the like aesthetic, the aesthetic of the area. It's just
Yeah.
like
Well,
I like being in here.
It's something you gotta remember too. Like this was the very first like 3D Zelda game they made when they moved on from the 2D. And
That's
like
shame.
the fact that they like the design of like, oh, this is inside a fish. Like that's like crazy to me. Like
it's hard to pull off. I mean, like
back in
how do you make that
'98,
fit into a
you
story?
know, yeah,
and so the
fitting
fact
all
that
the
they did it
whole
was just
game
like,
into a giant just a little cartridge that you just put in the N64. Like, yeah, it's crazy how they did that. I would say this one's my second favorite. This one is my second favorite out of the kid dungeons.
I would have to say the Deku Tree was my least favorite.
Same.
And then this one's my favorite.
Yeah.
Do
you remember the boss?
Yeah, and
of
the
this
combat.
One?
Yeah, the bosses were kind of silly, but let me circle back to the combat. I don't think we met any new enemies here that were too difficult. I mean, it was just a flying boomerang stingray, and then.
Well, yeah, you got the boomerang in this one, because there was a lot of electric enemies, and somehow for some reason when you try to use your shield or your sword, it just electrocutes you. So
the puzzles, I didn't enjoy the puzzles because, first of all,
Edgar doesn't like puzzles in general.
No, because it was dumb. And like there's a switch, and then you're supposed to throw a boomerang, but the switch is being obscured by like a little piece of like a muscle or something, and then like it's surrounded by cobweb, so you can't shoot an arrow at it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But a boomerang, it's like a boomerang. Like okay, like what they should have done is like once you get the boomerang, like let's just say the where you get the boomerang, that area closes, and then it makes it super obvious. Like hey, you can't reach this switch, but your boomerang can, and that's how you get out of that area. Like you throw your boomerang. And then as a kid, you'd be like, "Oh, like I could get shit like this." Because when I came to that puzzle, I think you had to point it out. It's like, you can't break the sling, you can't break it with your slingshot. You're gonna have to find another vantage point. Yeah. So if I was just a kid, I would have been like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I'm just gonna have to.
Yeah, and having to figure out that like you have to curve the boomerang, like you throw the boomerang and you have to have it curve into the switch. Like being a kid, you're like, what the hell? You know?
Yeah, so it's like Nintendo really put a lot of expectation. Like they were probably thinking of like their kids in Japan. They were like, oh, our kids are really smart because we treat them like fucking adults from the get-go. But when you're a kid in the United States or other parts of the country, you're like, we really don't know how to like function. So they were just like, oh, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, this was a rated E game, so they'll figure it out. I did say that this boss, I remember fighting as a kid, because remember it was like that electric, I think it was Baronade, that was the name of it. It was like that electric like almost parasite, and it had like jellyfish around it, and it that was a fun boss. It was spinning and it was like shooting electricity at you. I remember being so pissed as a kid because I was like, I can't kill this thing. But I will say, out of all the child dungeon bosses, I would say that one is probably the coolest because it's fast, it's quick. You gotta, actually fight it. It would have just been nice to have some counterplay, because I mean, it's unfair to bring Dark Souls into this, but in Dark Souls 1, you had the ability to kick. So when an enemy did fucking start hiding behind his shield, you could kick the shield, or you could maneuver yourself where you get behind him. Or you could just blow his ass up with some fire bombs. Like you had a lot to do, but so literally Zelda, it's just like you could do that in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, but just the early Zelda games. Oh yeah, yeah. All right, so and then obviously after this temple, you get the 3 spiritual stones. You have to take them back to the Temple of Time. Zelda gives you the Ocarina of Time as she's escaping the castle. Ganondorf is chasing her down, because he's like, oh, she has the Ocarina of Time, and that's the key to get into the sacred realm and all this stuff. So she gives it to Link. If you're a ruler of a kingdom, and you have, I mean, I know it's Ganondorf, he's got the Triforce of Power, so he's pretty beefy and shit. Yeah.
But you do not let the king of thieves into your fucking palace, man.
I
What do
know.
you think was gonna happen? What do you think was gonna happen? This is stupid.
I know.
It's this entire tribe of the Garudus, they're famous for being thieves and shit. Like, oh, let me invite their king into my kingdom. It's just like,
No, that shit was cracking me up the entire time we were playing the game. It's like you're like the king of thieves. It's funny. Thieves is really in his name. We should have learned our lesson from the very beginning. You know, get the 3 stones, and then you open the door of time. You get the master sword. You go 7 years into the future.
a sage comes out and he's all like, oh, this is your destiny and shit. Like,
yeah, you talk to Rauru. He's the Sage of Light. And
because you get the ocarina after Zelda throws it at you, and then
yeah,
this was Ganon's big. This was his idea. Was like, oh, I'm gonna let him get the ocarina and shit.
yeah. And then Rauru tells you what's happened the past 7 years and what your destiny is and all this stuff. And then he gives you the light medallion. So that's your first coin out of many coins.
It would have been nice to be told at the start that, hey, you're here to save this timeline, but once we send you back, that you're on your own. Fuck you. That's what basically happens. It's like, you're here to save.
Which I've learned.
To save this timeline.
I read on that a little bit. So because I remember you were like confused, and I couldn't explain because my brain was dead. I was like reading on it, and once you get into like all that Zelda timeline stuff, that's you're getting yourself into a rabbit's hole that like so I don't care about that timeline stuff. Like everybody's like, oh, every game is connected unless it's like a sequel. Yes, it's connected, but like they're trying to connect other games that are like different, you know, and that makes it
as a story point of view, that makes it very confusing for sequels and for older games. It's like, why the fuck did we go with time travel? It's like that shit's like the most convoluted area when it comes to story writing. So it's just like, oh,
I remember I have a friend that does not like anything. Well, even in games and like movies, he's like, I don't like anything time travel. If you throw time travel in it, it's like, but this wouldn't work if you did this, you know. It's such a deep conversation that obviously we don't have time in this podcast, but
just go kill Canon as a baby. He's like, how hard is that? Like, chop off his hand, but like, this shit's mine now. Like, this is my power of hand.
Yeah.
But
So, and then Sheik, we all know who Sheik is at this point, and Edgar knew because of Smash Brothers, but there's a lot of people who have not, you know, obviously played Smash Brothers and don't know the lore of Sheik. So when they see that Sheik turns into Zelda, they're like, their mind is like blown. They're like, oh my gosh! But like, most people are like, it's predictable because they're like,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, like, the cutscenes are just make it very obvious. Like,
I
mean, Link. As a kid, you probably would have not figured it out. I mean, you're just plowing through that fucking game. As an adult, it's very easy to. Even if I didn't know, I'd have been like, probably the first, maybe even the first time I've seen her, just like, I've seen Sheik, just like, oh, that's Zelda. I mean, I mean, who else would it be with this fucking much knowledge of the temple and all the sages and shit? It's just like,
And then she tells you, you know, of all the temples, you gotta save all the sages.
This temple, oh my god, dude, fucking hated this temple. This was puzzle galore. Just puzzle galore.
Yeah. Edgar was. I remember when, if you go back to our episodes where Edgar was playing or he was in the forest temple, he was like, "Oh my gosh, another key."
Just so much running back and forth and fucking going to a door which you thought was gonna lead to the boss room, but you're like, oh, you need another key. It's just like, God, dude. It's just
and then
like,
you're going through twisted corridors, and you gotta like,
oh my god,
untwist the corridors, and I would say this temple as a kid, like, I honestly think this one was the hardest one, and it's funny because it's the first temple as adult. So you're like, oh yeah, so everything you learned in, you know, the Deku Tree the Dodongo's Cavern and Lord Jabu Jabu. Completely forget all that. You can't use your weapons that you got from those. You you got to get completely new things in this temple, you know.
Which makes no sense too when you think about it. It's like, why can't I use a boomerang? Like, why can't I use a stick? Why can't I throw it? Let me throw the stick.
Yeah.
You're just
yeah. I do like the atmosphere. I do like the creepiness of this temple. Like in the music is like one of my favorite soundtracks. Was the Forest Temple music, because it's like so like. I remember you saying in the video, you're like, dude, I don't know what's like gonna jump out at me. Like this music is putting me on edge, because you know you're like going around these corners and you're like, I don't know what's gonna jump out at me, but this music is freaking me out. Yeah,
there was definitely like an enchanting, but also like a curious vibe to the whole temple.
Yeah. Having to collect the ghosts through the temple, like you had to open the door and all that stuff.
This was not. This is probably like my second least favorite temple, with the first one being obvious of which one I did not like. I would not want to do this one again. I mean, this one was just fucking.
Well, obviously the boss frustrated you. You know.
Oh yeah, and then the boss
Phantom
too.
Ganon.
Like,
yeah.
The paintings were cool. I thought
yeah,
that was
shooting
cool.
them through the paintings. Yeah.
That in itself was a little bit of a puzzle, but the actual combat of just him throwing a little ball, you fucking just playing ping pong, is just like, that's it. It's just like, come on.
I will say that was like my least favorite aspect of, you know, and it's not just this game. There's a couple Zelda games where you have to like play tennis, and I'm like, this is not combat.
It's like, bro,
you know.
Yeah.
So, but
it's like, you really gonna, after 40 minutes, you're really gonna give me a ping pong tournament? It's like, that's not cool, and it's just like, oh,
I don't know. He's a cool boss.
Excited for the
he's
next.
a cool boss, but like the
mechanics were just
the whole tennis thing is not my favorite thing. So, but the whole painting where you have to shoot him through the painting, and he's like,
that was cool.
That was the cool, you know, first phase of that.
As a kid, I would have been like, holy shit!
Yeah,
there's fucking two of them.
Yeah.
Like,
and then obviously, you beat this temple. You learn that Saria is the sage. She gives you the forest medallion. Edgar was so disappointed that
what? I was disappointed it didn't grow up.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
And then we got through the whole lore of their as their species and shit.
Yeah,
like, oh, man, this is like, I knew I was right. They're a fucking cult, bro. They turn like people into fairies. And those fairies turn into Kokorikos or some shit like that. It's just like, this, I knew it.
We didn't, but that's when you learned after this temple that Link wasn't a Kokiri, he was a Hylian. I mean, which made sense, because you're like, well, look, they're like, well, you meet the Deku Tree Sprout, and he's like, oh yeah, the Kokiri never grow up, but you're wondering why you've grown up, because you're not Kokiri, you're a Hylian. You know,
I was like, oh shit, no fucking way.
You learned that he was pretty much taken in by the Deku Tree because Link's biological mother was injured and passed away from her injuries.
Right. So, the lore of that.
Yeah. So
well, that was all right. That was cool, I guess.
We go to the next temple, which is Edgar's favorite.
Oh,
I think this is your favorite. I think it is.
Oh boy, let me bring out my 6-page paragraph here. I got it all ready.
Yeah. I still want to know why this one was your favorite, because you never really explained it to me. So now is your chance to explain why this one was your favorite.
I like this temple a lot because this is what I feel, especially for old games where you know, the controls aren't too intuitive and there's not a lot of freedom that you could choose. When there's a linear dungeon and the enemies are fun to fight, they fight. They don't fucking waste your time with a bunch of strafing and hiding behind shields.
Well, what's an enemy from this temple, for example, that fought that you like?
Ugh, not when you said that, I just remembered that there is an enemy that you have to wait. It's that one that turns, it's like a little fire and it turns red and blue.
Oh yeah, the little
That was-
the fire dancers, and he's actually like this little dude, but like he uses fire to like.
That was that was my least favorite part of this temple. But other than that, you were just able to walk straight, get keys. I mean, it's that's one of the things I don't like about Ocarina too, is that they should have paired the keys with the Gorons. It should have been, honestly, it should have just been no keys at all.
Yeah.
And then out of your own free will, you should have gone and freed all the Gorons. And then if you do that, maybe in the boss fight, all the Gorons like start throwing rocks at the dragon to like help you out in the fight.
Yeah, that would have been.
I thought it would have been
cool. Or like you fight the dragon with Darunia, but according to lore, Darunia was killed by the dragon. So which is stupid because Darunia is like one of my favorite sages, brother. You know.
Yeah, he was cool, dude. He was like. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I think we've discussed this too. It's kind of retarded that how he will enter the boss room and then lock it behind him too. It's just like
it's like he didn't have big boss key. It's like he just goes through the door, you know.
There's just so much other different avenues they could have taken. Like, let's just say that you get to the temple, and then you go to the boss room, and then you see Daruna. You see him enter the boss room, but he doesn't hear you, like, because you just see him go in, and you go chase after him, and then like. You hear the fight, and then like rocks fall from the ceiling and block the entrance. And now you have to go rescue the Goron so they can help you move all the rubble because you're too fucking. Well, I mean, you're an adult now, right?
Yeah.
So these are giant ass rocks, so
yeah.
So they could have just done. They could have done so many different things to like.
Yeah.
Progress the story.
I did like though in this one, you know how like the forest temple, you're like, oh my gosh, I need another key, and then you had to go back and you had to like twist a corridor, and then you had to jump down holes and tunnels to even get the other key, and then you had to
there was none of that in this temple.
Yeah, this one you knew a key was with a Goron that was locked up, so it's like
which was most of the time in your way. Like you would just be heading towards the boss. I mean, not the boss. You'd be just heading towards the next area, and then there's a Goron there. You just get him real quick, get the key, and then you get the next Goron, and it's just very linear.
Yeah,
and that's how I like it. I mean, I just like it like that.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not that I don't enjoy puzzles. It's just I enjoy when it's.
What did you think?
This is Ocarina.
Yeah. What did you think about the mechanic where you had to get an actual like heat resistant tunic to even be in like a hot place like this? Because if you were to go in this place with just your green tunic, you actually would have just burst into flames. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's
kind of a realistic tone, you know, like those little volcanic suits that people wear when they're like near a volcano. It's like, well, I mean, that's kind of a cool aspect.
I guess.
Yeah. I just like red tunic.
You know,
I just liked how you could change your clothes in this game. I remember being a kid and like toggling through the colors. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm green, I'm red, I'm blue. You know, you know. So
no, sure, there's magic in this world. So I guess a tunic enchanted by magic that gives you a fire resistance would make sense.
Well, this one makes more sense than the blue one. How does a blue tunic keep you from choking underwater? You know,
man, your guess is as good as mine. So
yeah,
it's a little silly because, like, I mean, there's no real like gameplay aspect.
So
but yeah, man, the
dragon. What'd you think of the whack-a-mole? The whack-a-mole game where you had to get the hammer and
it was
bonk his head and all that stuff.
It was basically that. Yeah, it was just whack-a-mole.
It's literally whack-a-mole.
Down very slowly.
Yep.
You aim your shot like, oh, how the fuck am I gonna hit this? Oh, pass, and then you hit it, give him a little bonk, and he's like, oh.
Did you like the boss, or did you think it was kind of dorky with the whack-a-mole?
It was just pretty lackluster. If it was like sped up, if he was just zooming all over the place,
he flew very slow. That if he would have flown like faster and he did like some crazy attacks, you'd be like, oh, okay, and this feels actually kind of scary and. Dodge it and stuff, but he's a very slow boss. Yeah.
There's maybe there could have been some rocks on the ground and you have to like bait him. Like he's charging right at you and then you dodge out of the way and he hits smashes into a rock.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, oh fuck, and then you jump with the hammer and be like, get fucked. And they could have just done a lot more with it, but
I do think the item was cool though, having this giant hammer though. It was pretty cool.
Oh, that was my favorite item for a while.
Yeah.
Up until I got the Bigoron sword.
Oh yeah.
I just feel like they got really scared with Zelda 2. People were all like, Oh, like, oh, what the fuck? Like, there's too much combat now. We're a bunch of pussies that can't figure out all this combat. And then like, and then the devs were like, oh well, shit! It seems like they don't like they don't like combat. We must put all these silly puzzles. And then so yeah, so
it's the first of its kind, bro. Just wait until you start seeing the modern stuff. They get better at the fighting stuff. I mean, you played Breath of the Wild. You remember how it is fighting those, like, they were called Lionels. They were like those lion horse.
Oh, dude,
things.
Those were my favorite.
Yeah, those things were
things to fight along with the Guardians. Those things were they're bitching
because they were a fight.
They would have had that.
It felt like you were playing, Dark Souls. Like you had to dodge, or if you got hit, you took damage, bro. So it's like, yeah, your favorite, right? I'm just kidding.
Oh my god,
this is nobody's favorite, bro. This is nobody's.
Can we
favorite.
Just skip this one? Just go straight to the next temple.
Bro,
this temple is dog shit, man. It's just like going back and forth and releasing water, filling up water.
I remember you were scared.
And
you were scared when you first entered this place. You're like, open water. Oh no!
Don't even get me started. I mean, you're so vulnerable, and like I thought there was gonna be shit in the water trying to eat you, but no, I guess
it was just the spikes.
Perfect opportunity.
It was just the spiky ball things, but yeah, if they would have put like some crazy, like, I don't know, like some gators or some sharks or something, this place would have been scary.
Now hear me out. Like, hear me out. This is how they should have done it, because like I remember you have to go to the 3rd floor, get a stupid ass puzzle, go back to the first one, and then to the second, and then back to the first and third. They should have just fucking had it where like you stay on the 1st floor, you cleared it out, and it would drain to the 2nd floor, and then you keep on doing that, blah blah, until you get to the very bottom. And what could have helped and incentivize that is by having a big ass shark in the water, because you have the tunic. So if you wanted to go to the 2nd and 3rd, sure, but it's a big ass shark. Try to have fun trying to kill that bitch. So you're like, oh, I'm going to the 1st floor. I'm draining this bitch. So,
no, but the mechanic.
That would
coming from me, the mechanic I hated the most from this temple was the non-stop pausing to take off your boots and put them on.
Oh, why did you think that was a good idea? Like, even back then, they had to know and be like, this is kind of ass.
Dude,
like,
and they fixed it in the 3DS version. They actually made the boots like an actual item, so you can just click a button and it automatically takes the boots off. But you don't have to pause and select all this stuff.
That's not hard to do. Like, I've done a little bit of coding, so to be back in those times of that development and then play testing it and being like, yeah, this works. It's like, no, it doesn't. like, why the fuck would you think this works? It's like,
Edgar,
it's lazy.
If Edgar had a time machine, he would go back and be like, he would go back to 1998 or 1997 or when they were developing this game, and you're like, listen, you need to fix this water temple right now.
These motherfuckers were raking in the money with Mario Kart and Mario in general, and even Zelda, the first one and second one. So the fact that they were going through the development and didn't think or just ignore the fact that you have to do that it's lazy. There's no other word for it. It's lazy incompetence. Yeah. So this temple pissed me the fuck off. There's no excuse for this garbage. That's all I'm saying.
The only cool thing about this temple, though, and I think you would agree with me, was the Dark Link fight.
Oh yes, now
because that was so you said you didn't like mini bosses or like the middle bosses, but the middle boss to this temple was Dark Link.
I was so stuck in my PTSD of this temple that I totally forgot about my boy Dark Link.
Yeah,
he was a treat. This is how a lot more fights should have been. It should have just been that, where it's just like it could have been like a big knight, or maybe like a corrupted version of like the fish people.
Yeah,
like you're fighting like 3 of them as the boss.
Yeah,
like, they're being controlled by Ganon or some shit, and just 3 swordsmen. Oh, dude, that'd have been awesome. And just the entire fight of Dark Link. Sure, it was a little repetitive because he would just copy your same move.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really.
So he's literally a shadow of you. So he copies your movement, but at the same time he's his own entity. So I guess that's like
Yeah.
what threw you off a little bit. Is like he's copying my every move, but he's also attacking me when I'm not attacking him. So it's like you had to figure out that mechanic of his fighting style. So
yeah, so they definitely could have done something with like at the end boss, because what, you fight a stupid ass tentacle, right? That's the end boss.
yeah, it's like this little ball that uses like the water to create like arms or tentacles, whatever. Which, in my opinion, is the worst boss in the entire game. Is the water temples boss.
Yeah. Literally standing still and just hitting it with a hook shot and then hitting the ball. It's just what is this?
You didn't figure this out, but you can literally hook shot that thing, trap it in a corner, and just go crazy with your sword, and that's it. You know, like, but
just poor playtesting. What they could have done was just follow up with the Dark Link.
Yeah.
Princess Rutu is captured, and then there's like 3 shadow versions of her, and then you just gotta fight those shadow versions or something, just something different than other than that fucking tentacle, man.
All right, let's get to the next temple. This one is the least talked about. At least I think so. Not between us, but everybody else. And that one is the shadow temple. So the one that's literally like a, what do you call it? The place that had like
one temple.
The guillotines, is that what they're called? The things that like decapitate you, you know?
Don't you have to get the Eye of Truth before you go here?
Yeah.
So there's like a whole mini.
So there's the well beneath the well, and you have to go there as a kid because as an adult, for some reason, the well is blocked off. But
yeah.
So you got the lens of truth, which it was like this little eyeglass thing. And you could see like hidden secrets with it.
I don't remember this one.
Do you remember the boss though? That creepy ass dead hand that had like the arms sticking out of the ground?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So the well. I remember having a lot of fun in that temple, just because even despite us being a kid, I hate going back to being a kid because it just ruins the whole momentum.
Yeah.
But it was short. It was sweet. I mean, it was fucking annoying falling through the hole all the time and having to climb up the damn ladder so slowly and then get back to your work.
Yeah.
If you messed up.
Mm-hmm.
But once you got the Eye of Truth and you fought the boss could definitely have put some work, but I mean, it was there for shock factor, I would like to think.
He was more of a mini boss, because remember he was in the adult dungeon too. He was like the mini boss.
Oh right, yeah, he was a bitch at that one. So.
And you got the hover boots. You got the hover boots from that.
What an item. So yeah, after you get the Eye of Truth, then you go to this one. I mean, I felt like it was kind of like the Fire Temple. You just kind of plow through it. You just go straight.
This one was pretty easy to me. Yeah. This temple.
You don't really do much combat. I mean, if you do some combat, it's like the same reused as enemies. It's like skeletons and spiders.
Mostly just dead things because it's just literally underground. And there's just traps everywhere. Yeah. The boss is fun, but it's also dumb. It's like, why would you name a boss Bongo? Like, it could have been like a giant. I mean, there was 2 hands, but it could have been like a giant hand, or it could have been like a giant zombie or something. But
I just feel like all they had to do was to fix that boss is not make the fucking ground bounce. Like, just make it a regular ground.
Well, because you were on a drum. You were on a drum.
And that was dumb. It's just like, who made that drum, and why is there a big ass drum underground? It's like, it could have just been a flat ground, and then like if he like smashes his hands ground, they would create fissures, like little holes in the ground that you get stuck on, and it would just fucking beat you up. Or could have been anything but bouncing. When my movement is restricted, that shit pisses me off. I just want to fight. If I'm being
because like the bouncing was like keeping you from Z targeting, and then like and then he was invisible. You had to like turn on your lens of truth to even see him.
Oh, that was all right. That was okay.
But it took you a while. You're like, what am I getting hit by? And then you're like, oh, I got to use the lens of truth. And then once you figured out you had to hit both hands and then turn on the lens of truth, hit him in the eye. That's how you kill him.
No,
You know.
no, that one definitely took me a while to figure out because I think it's funny because like all the other ones is like, oh, I just got a boomerang. I
Yeah.
wonder what I gotta use, and like, oh,
Yeah.
I just got bumped. But for whatever reason, I was just not having
Yeah.
a good week that when we were playing, I was just like, oh, how the fuck do I beat this guy? Oh, I got this lens of truth.
Yeah, I do
But,
remember playing that as a kid and thinking it was hard because when he grabbed you with his hands, like it did so much damage, and he would like throw you and stuff. It was just the whole drum mechanic that was really hard to fight the boss when he was like hitting the drum and you're just bouncing all over the place, you know.
I mean, the controls are already so shit, so having a fucking factor that makes you jump and get all out of sync like that, it's just even worse.
Yeah.
So, the boss,
Alright.
I did not enjoy that.
Yeah. All right. And then we go to the next area, which I told you is my favorite. This is my favorite temple in the whole game. I just love anything kind of like, I don't know. I've always been fascinated with like Sahara or like the Egyptian desert stuff. Like I even like those kind of movies. If there's like Egyptian, what do you call it? Mythology? Yeah. Egyptian mythology and all that stuff. I always thought that kind of stuff was cool.
Maybe a little bit of the Arab world.
Yeah. Well, because obviously the Gerudo was definitely, it was like a mix of like Indians, Arab, and then like the Middle East, but the music being more like
this screenshot alone has the fucking moon of the Ottoman Empire right there. So definitely
so that was we'll get to that when we go over like the interesting facts of the game. But yeah, they
Middle Eastern influence.
Little Middle Eastern influence, for sure. And you said you didn't like how you had to go back as a kid because you once you became an adult, you're like, oh, I hate playing as a kid because like you don't get
it's
yeah. But I thought it was cool. Also, you had to do one half as a kid, and then you had to go back as an adult to do the other half. I just thought that was a cool mechanic, where the other temples were like, oh yeah, you just go through. It just added it added something different from what we were seeing the entire game, you know? It's like, oh, we gotta go in, you know? Whereas this one, you're like,
I wouldn't have...
You gotta be a
kid. I wouldn't have minded so much if like the mechanic was done better. I think it would have been nice if you could just use, when you use the Song of Time or whatever it is when you go back to the temple, once you use that song, you just skip time. Like you're right there, you're standing in the dungeon, and then when you use it, you turn right into an adult right there. Like you just skip time. And then like you could just go back and forth.
But it was only you have to get the Master Sword and do all that stuff. Yeah, so
you gotta put it down, you gotta put the fucking sword down, you gotta go back and you gotta sing a song, you gotta go back to the temple. So it's like that's frustrating. But if they could have made the mechanic work where you just zip zap like that, I think they could have done a lot of cool things. What they did with how they did with this temple, where you go back and forth as a kid and adult to finish it. But it's not built like that, so I was like, oh, it's a fucking chore.
Temple,
so I didn't.
Yeah, but this temple
I didn't like it.
Had your favorite enemy in it. You know which one I'm talking about?
My favorite enemy. It was I forgot his name.
The Iron Knuckles.
Or her name. I don't. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those were the big armored warriors that had like the giant axes.
An enemy that does not wait for you to make a move. It goes right there and starts fucking your shit up.
And you learned when you fought the sage, she was all those Iron Knuckles are brainwashed Gerudos, which is crazy.
I don't think so.
They are.
Maybe just they're
all brainwashed.
Because, well, I mean, they must smoke a lot of packed cigarettes because they were all going.
Yeah.
It's just like those sounded like men, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, unless they all have voice mods in those suits.
You know, this game had voice mods, bro. You know, Sheik used one. You know.
Yeah. So maybe it's just something with their magic helmet that turns their voice into masculine. But
then you also get you're like, oh, you're just used to the Hylian shield, and then this temple you get the mirror shield, which deflects or reflects light, because you have those like suns on the wall that you had to like use the light to reflect, and then all that stuff. You had the gloves or the gauntlets to move like heavier blocks.
Yeah,
Which I thought were cool items.
And then golden ones. It's just like they're just giving you items at this point in the game. Like, here, have this. Oh, it's useless now. Have another one.
Yep.
It's just like, all right.
You're just like, yep. So that's I just like this temple, and then the sage is my favorite sage. Like, I thought it was cool. It was the only sage in the game you actually had to fight, even though she wasn't like, she didn't mean to do anything because she didn't know what was happening. She was being brainwashed by those witches to do Ganondorf's bidding. But like, I just thought it was cool. You fought her, and then you realize, oh, it's her. Like, you know.
Yeah.
But
I don't think the story really made sense for that part. I mean, I feel like the developers were just like, shit, we ran out of like holy people to like to turn into tokens or some shit. So like, okay, just have here's a Goron. I mean, not a Goron. He's a whatever.
Here's a Goron. Yeah, a Gerudo. Yeah.
Let's turn her. Yeah, Gerudo. Let's turn her into part of his harem. So
yeah,
it was I feel like it was a little rushed. Like they just kind of got this point. They're like shit. But yeah, my favorite enemy. The puzzles were alright. They weren't too, they weren't trying to do anything too special. They're just like, here's that, here's this.
Yeah.
I didn't like the shield because the only thing it reflected was the fucking boss for this dungeon. It didn't even reflect the beam for the BMOs.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool if they added that mechanic. Like if they shot you with the laser, you can like reflect the laser at them, and it would like stun them, and then you could throw a bomb at them. Yeah.
Or
that would have been
cool.
Them
up with their
or
own
blow them
weapon.
up. Yeah, you just blow them up with their own laser. Yeah. I like the like of it, or the like of it. I like the look of it because it's you're used to the Hylian shield the whole game, and you're like, oh yeah, I get this cool little reflective red shield.
Well, I know you liked it.
This one was my favorite,
so
I know yours was the Fire Temple. So
I would say it's probably my second favorite. I think the third one would be the Shadow.
This one's your second? The Spirit Temple? This one we're talking about right now?
Yeah.
So Fire Temple, right. Spirit Temple. And what did you say your third was?
I know. And I would probably say because the last two are fucking the water and the forest. So
yeah, which you did not like the. So there's the forest, the fire, water, shadow, spirit. So there was only 5.
Oh,
those are the adult dungeons. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get the light medallion from Rauru, so there was never a temple of light. So he just gives you the medallion. Yeah. So there's only 5 temples, but there's 6 medallions. So. Going to Ganon's castle, the sages give you because you collected all their medallions, or you saved all of them, they create like this bridge to actually get you to the castle, and then you had to do all the barriers, where you had to go in the rooms and like break the barriers.
Like 6 mini dungeons, basically.
Of the temples, pretty much. You did like mini dungeons of like the temples, yeah. And then once you do that, Sorry, go on.
I don't remember much. I think at this point I was just ready to fucking I was just like, I want to fight, man.
You're like, I'm
done with this shit. Just fucking just get me through these puzzles.
Well, I remember you dispelled much. Yeah, you dispelled all the barriers, and then the main tower opened, and that's when you go up the tower to fight the enemies, and you're like, this is what I'm talking about. Because you remember you were going up the stairs, and you can hear Ganon playing his organ, and you're like, oh yeah, they're throwing lizards at me, they're throwing the skeleton or the Lizalfos and the Stalfos at me. You're like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. And then you get to the upper throne room where he's not on a throne, he's playing the organ, which which is kind of
for
funny.
no fucking reason.
Yeah.
For no fucking reason. Man is theatrics over here. You're just like, oh, I got my big entrance.
So you probably
So what a
I
must have
did
been a
like
theater kid.
Yeah, even though it was still the tennis stuff, I did think it was cooler the fact that he did. Remember those like ground pound things he did, and like the tiles would fall off, and you would like fall through the floor. I thought that was cool because it gives you like, oh crap, you know, it's like the first thing he does is he hits the ground and you fall through the floor, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be that. And then once you figure out he does the tennis, you're like, are we kidding right now? You know,
it would have been cool if once you've fallen down, he would start to fight you down there. But no, it was just another fucking time waster. It's like, oh, you fell down. Have fun climbing for 15 seconds. Going back up there and then playing. It's just.
I've played other Zelda games where you fight Ganon and he actually fights you head to head. He doesn't like throw projectile stuff at you. So whenever I go back to this game, I'm like, oh yeah, he doesn't actually like do any. He doesn't actually do anything. At least the first phase, because you know, remember you think you beat him, and then Zelda is released, and then you gotta escape the castle from crumbling down, and then he becomes Ganon, where he's holding those giant 2 golden swords, and he's like a big beast, and you actually have to fight him head on. You're like, okay, the second phase was a lot better than the first phase, you know.
Yeah, that first phase was definitely like Ganondorf's when he has like a missing chromosome, because he just stands there, just does a little fireball at you.
Yeah.
The second phase wasn't really special neither. I mean, I thought it was gonna be. I was honestly disappointed in the fight. I mean, you get all these items, you get all these hearts, you have your arsenal, and all you have to do is just use
a tennis match.
The light arrow.
Yeah.
The light arrow. You fucking hit him with the light arrow. And
yeah.
Then, like, you play Mario 64 at that point. Give me that tail. Oh, it's a long
game Bowser. Yeah.
So that's it. Like, just this boss was so easy. It was like he just.
It's like this. You're like, it was the end of the game. It should have been harder.
It should have been tough as fuck. He should have been charging. He should have just been throwing his body, jumping up and down like a fucking animal, just like. But no, he's just all like. Douche, douche, douche. I'm about to do a slow attack.
Yes.
And then it's just like, it's like,
yep.
It was not worth it. It was not worth it.
It's definitely not
gameplay.
It's definitely not my favorite ending of all the Zeldas I've played. So
just sent you right back to her fucking time. It's just like, okay.
She's like, all right, give me the ocarina. So then you defeat Ganondorf. The sages trap him in the sacred realm or whatever, and then he's like, curse you, I will exterminate your descendants. It's like, okay, have fun with that.
It's like, yeah.
You know,
sure you are, Mr. Ganondorf.
Zelda takes the ocarina, she sends you back to your original time, and then I guess Link is like, well, I guess I better tell them what happens, because if I don't, then I'm gonna have to do this again. And Edgar's like, I don't want to. So it's like, you know.
Maybe tell your father, don't invite the fucking King of Thieves into your room. So maybe we could start there.
So now you could fix the timeline by doing that, Link. Just go and tell the king. It's like, don't trust Ganondorf. He's gonna do all this stuff. Trust me. Trust me, bro. That's what he says. Trust me, bro. He's like, source, trust me, bro.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, source.
Yeah, and that's how the game ends. It definitely has its highlights. It has its lows. Story-wise, I would give it. I mean, it's decent. I wouldn't give it like. I would say out of a 10, I would give it a 7.
7.
Story-wise, that is what I give
it
the
a
story.
solid. A solid 4 for me.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously catered towards kids, but hey, you
Yeah.
don't gotta treat kids like idiots. And I mean, clearly from the fucking puzzles that they gave you, they could have definitely developed a better story as well. But
How would
hey,
you?
it's a story that works.
Yeah.
Cliche, but
So for
it's-
you,
it
for
works.
you, it was like it wasn't the best, but it wasn't the absolute worst. It was just, you know. That's what I'm
there's a lot
getting.
of fun characters.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fun characters, and this is you could tell what they were trying to do, but
Yeah.
for whatever reason, they made these decisions and they didn't connect these plot lines better than they could have. But
Yeah.
so it's not like it's average, but it's kind of below
Yeah.
average. It's like you guys could do better. Like I'm just saying, once you've played games like Battle Tanks and Mega Man Legends, if I would have played this game as a kid, I would have probably still been like, what the fuck was that garbage? I got to that whole point and all I did was fucking
Play tennis.
get Bowser hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, what is this dog shit? Like, and then I would have gotten all mad and shit.
We'll close out with some hidden, I guess, or not hidden, but like some interesting facts and notes of the game. Okay, so a lot of people actually don't know about these facts. So those watching, you might not know this, and your mind's gonna be blown, or maybe it won't. So there was an unused enemy. Did you ever play the Star Fox games?
I did actually.
So
yeah.
they actually
those were bitching.
They actually used a code in Ocarina of Time of an R-wing from Star Fox 64. It exists in Ocarina of Time's code. Coding in the game, and its same movement was used to make the dragon boss in the Fire Temple. So that's an interesting fact that a lot of people do not know. So
So that bitch could have been doing barrels and fucking U-turns.
So I guess like if you get like a way to like get like a hacked version or like on the PC, you can do some coding and you can actually spawn an R-wing from Star Fox 64 where it flies around, shoots lasers and all that stuff. So
That's weird.
The laboratory by the lake, remember where you had to like have the guy like you gave him like a frog and he like made like a eye drops. So there was actually a tank. I'm surprised you never went in it. There's a tank behind him. If you go to the very bottom, he has a trapped shark inside that tank.
Oh, like a water tank, like a fish tank.
Like a water tank that you can go down and dive, but he has like a trapped shark behind bars in that tank in his laboratory, which you never saw.
Oh,
you never
I did not.
Yeah, so it was like, wow, that is crazy. Remember those gossip stones? You're like, what the heck did these do? And you like throw bombs at them and they would like go up like a rocket, and you're like, okay, that's stupid. You'd hit them with your sword. They tell you the time. You're like, this is really all they do.
Dumbest waste of time ever.
So if you did the whole mask side quest, which you didn't do, you get a mask called the Mask of Truth. And if you actually wear the Mask of Truth and talk to a gossip stone, it will actually tell you interesting like secrets and stuff to I guess to progress and all that stuff. But we didn't do that because we didn't do this the mask side quest.
Yeah, fuck that.
But there's another thing you can do. So if you actually played the Song of Storms in front of a gossip stone, it actually produces those giant pink fairies to heal you, which would have been nice because I didn't even know that.
Ooh, giant pink fairy. Hi there.
Remember when you can cut down signs? Like there's a sign, you just cut it down with your sword. I guess if you play Zelda's Lullaby, you can restore the sign you just destroyed.
Oh my gosh, that's what a waste.
That's
silly. Why would he need to restore a fucking sign?
So, lore and character facts. The owl's identity. So the owl's name, I don't even know how to pronounce this right. Gabora? I don't even know.
Kapuri?
Yeah.
Kapura.
Is Rauru.
Kapura.
The owl is Rauru.
Oh,
the Sage
what
of
an
Light.
asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, what a douchebag. We wasted so much of our time as a kid.
Yeah. The Sage of Light.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So the owl guiding Link in his childhood is the form taken by Rauru to monitor the world while staying in the sacred realm.
That's weird that he's an owl though. You think it would have been like a lamppost or like a candle?
Nope, he's an owl. He was that
An owl.
annoying owl just following you around. So Talon's
Yeah.
romance.
Well,
So this was the rancher guy that was asleep by the
Oh.
castle delivering milk.
What-
Malon's dad.
What about his romance? Yeah.
He said evidence suggests Talon may have married a Gerudo, potentially making Malon half Gerudo. That would explain Malon's red hair, because most of the Gerudos have red hair.
Is it fact or potential? Is it just a theory?
I don't know. It's just character
So
lore
it's just
facts.
just-
Yeah. If
I
it
mean,
was
it
in
sounds
the-
like a theory from the way
Yeah.
from the way you said it to me.
Yeah. Master Sword limit. Ganondorf can only be harmed by the Master Sword or light arrows during his final battle as Ganon. So if you would have, you know how like he hits the sword out of your hand and then you have to like get it back. If you would have switched to your Bigoron sword, it would have
Yeah.
done nothing to him. You had to use the Master Sword to finish him off.
Oh, so lame.
Which you never did. You didn't switch back to your Bigoron sword. You just used the Master Sword. So,
Well, I figured it was gonna be like that because you were
Yeah.
like, "Get the Master Sword." I was like, "Oh shit! Oh shit!"
yeah.
And then
Before the name Ocarina of Time, the game was originally going to be called Zelda 64, with Link looking like
Zelda
he
64.
yeah, with Link looking like he did in the 2D Zelda games. So like
Oh
his
my
long brown like sleeves with the green tunic and like,
Well, they did good job on that, changing the name. Zelda 64 sounds retarded.
yeah.
Okay. Imagine a game called 364. Just be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
here's our board 3."
That would have been funny. Gameplay mechanics and Easter eggs. So I actually told you about this time paradox. You learn the Song of Storms from Guru in the future. Then you travel back in time as a kid to teach him the song. So I remember you like go to the windmill as an adult and you're like, this kid messed up my windmill by playing this strange song. And you're like, I didn't do that. And then you go
Yeah,
back.
what was all that about?
Yeah, I don't know. A time paradox. The bunny hood. So you never got the bunny hood, but it was part of the mask quest. If you wear the bunny hood, it makes the Stal children, which those skeletons in the Hyrule field as a kid that like came out of the ground and you had to like fight them. They do not spawn if you wear the bunny hood. If you use the ice
yeah,
arrows, which
that's
you
a
never
fact.
got,
Nope.
because that was the Gerudo training thing, and you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. You're like, does it help me beat the game? You're like, no.
No.
If you use the ice arrows, you can freezing a hand of the boss Bongo Bongo causes it to stop attacking to punch its own hand for free, which is funny.
What?
Secret grottos. So the hidden caves underground are scattered throughout Hyrule, requiring items like a Megaton hammer or iron boots to access. Oh, so instead of using a bomb, you could have used a hammer. You can use a hammer to hit the ground and it reveals the hole, or like you use your iron boots and you just fall through the ground, which is interesting.
Oh, I see. I see.
Obviously, we know this. It was the first Legend of Zelda with 3D graphics and an adjustable camera rather than a set 2D camera that moves side to side.
Oh, who the fuck doesn't know that? It's the whole premise of fucking Zelda.
A lot of people
first
don't know
Ocarina of
Ocarina
Time.
was the first 3D, so
That's wild.
there was different versions of Ocarina of Time. So version 1.0, the original, where the Fire Temple had Islamic chanting in the Fire Temple that they later had to change.
I remember talking
Yeah.
about that in one of our episodes.
And then instead of green blood when you fought Ganondorf, it was red blood. in the original version.
Wow, what a bunch of pussies.
I know. So
They
they
just
changed
kept
it to
it red.
green blood. Yeah.
Ugh.
And then they came out with version 1.1 and 1.2, removing the chanting. Obviously, changed Ganon's blood to green, and altered the crescent moon and star symbol for the Gerudo logo, and changed it to its own version. Because obviously they took
I
that
see.
symbol from the Islamic or whatever.
Ah.
And then the 3DS version, obviously, that came out in 2011, Master Quest, an alternate version including new puzzles and increased difficulty. That version is most common on PC with modernized 4K graphics, custom controls available on emulators. And that is the one people play the most, is the 3DS version on an emulator with 4K graphics and all that stuff. So
I would probably watch someone else play that, maybe.
I've seen people do something called, it's a randomizer. So they play the game, and every chest they open, it's randomized. So you could be in the Deku tree and you open a chest and you get the bow and arrow and you're like, I can't even use that. So or like you get the iron boots and like the forest temple. So it's like, I've seen people do that and it's weird, but
Yeah, even with a randomizer, I would not be able to play that game again. It's just like it's just too bare bones
yeah,
for me.
I can only play it on the newer version, like, because of playing the older version, I'm like, yeah, it's just so outdated. So
Well, that's about it, people. That should probably give you an idea of what this game's about.
Edgar gave it a 4, so that's pretty low. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have some people come after you for that. I hope you enjoyed our Edgar's gameplay of Ocarina of Time. The whole series is up on YouTube. If you guys have not seen it, I don't know why you're watching this video. You go back and watch first, and then you watch this review. So
just skip episode 4 and 5, and then everything else is magic.
4 and 5. That's so funny. I don't know why
those were my bad episodes. Thanks for watching, guys.
Yes.
Thank you, Nash, for organizing this. I know this is your favorite game, and I shit on it so much, but
it's
I
one
did
of
have
my
a lot
favorites.
of fun playing it with you.
But yes,
yeah,
it's definitely fun playing with
favorites.
It's fun to play with somebody, like you said. So
yeah.
Alrighty, guys, we will see you in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and we will catch you all in the next one.
Take care, y'all.